Okay, let's have a little look at the interior switches here. Of course, this is our outside storage compartment and our service module. So you can see when the red light's on, that means the lights are on. This is our rope lighting. As you can see, rope lighting in the cabinet. Turn that switch on. This is our step light for camping mode, non-camping mode. And don't ever worry if you have it on camping mode with the step out. When you turn on the ignition, there's a safety feature. It'll bring up the step. And this last one is for our lights inside and outside. And of course, we've got a nice little dimmer switch for our LED lights in the ceiling. So this is the battery disconnect switch, 12-volt battery disconnect switch. So right now we're not plugged into power, we're dry camping for lack of a better word. So when I turn this off, it turns off all the 12-volt power in the motorhome. But this is important. If you want to charge your house batteries off the alternator or when you're plugged in, you must leave this on. The only charging that you will get when the battery disconnect is off is through your solar panels up on your roof if you have the optional solar panels. Otherwise, leave it on. We were talking earlier about the 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter, which is standard on all Wonder motorhomes. Inverted plugs, so when you turn on your inverter, you can use this plug and it'll flip over to 110 power. So we do mark every single plug that is inverted in the motorhome. We're over in the galley area, and of course we have our 2-burner spark ignition stove. So very simple, you turn on the spark and that will fire up each element, and they're separately controlled. Very important though, if you have it on, make sure you do not close this as you will shatter the glass. Even if it's super hot, leave it, let it all dissipate the heat before you close the glass top. It also serves as a nice little splash guard. So nice little 2-burner spark ignition propane stove. So let's have a look at our 3-way Dometic fridge. So 3-way fridge means that it runs on 12-volt power, 110 power, and propane power. So when you leave it on-off switches right there for turning it on, you can see the big beautiful blue lights come on, so we know that it's on. You can set your temperature right here, up or down. And if you leave it on AU, auto, it'll automatically move from 110 power to propane power. When you decide to drive down the highway, it will be on AU, correct? You will then, when you turn on your ignition, after 15 minutes, it'll switch over to 12-volt battery power. So when it's on 12-volt power, the fridge will be drawing off the house batteries. Okay, let's have a look at the entertainment system here on the Murphy bed on the Wonder. So we have a little safety latcher, so locked, unlocked, struts up really nice. We have a beautiful little sound bar here for sound. 110 TV, so when you're plugged into power, it'll run, or you'd have to turn on your inverter to run it. And then we also have a Samsung Blu-ray player. So we have a nice little area here where we keep all the remotes. So nice little compact little entertainment system for watching TV. We also have a nice option on the Wonder Murphy bed model. It's an ottoman, collapsible ottoman, and it actually just stores right underneath here. Let's have a look at the living area, bed area on a Wonder MB. So a couple little things. Obviously, we have a nice little dining room table for dinner. If you want to face each other and have dinner facing each other, you can bring the backrest up and put the cushion here. And now you can see how we have dinner for two. Very nice. Also a little storage underneath there. Flip it in here. So we want to make it into a bed. These are your legs. It actually also releases the lock mechanism, which is very cool. So you can grab the release here and bring it straight down. And you can see I've got a 60 by 80 residential queen bed. You can actually put some of your bedding on here and lock it in place, and you can leave your pillows up top. It also comes with a fitted sheet for the mattress, and it's very important if you're going to put other sheets on here that we lock them tight in place so that when the bed goes up they don't get trapped. So now we're going to move it back up, so make sure your partner's out of there, and then release here, right? And up it goes. And then once again, this makes the lock go in place. This is very important that you close the legs. So now it's in a lock position. See how it's not going to come down? This is the unlock position, right? Very important that we leave these legs closed, because that locks the Murphy bed in place. So standard in the Wonder Motorhomes 2017 Ford is a convection microwave. So your standard traditional residential microwave for cooking popcorn, warming things up. And it's also a convection oven where you can cook chickens and pizzas and bake bread. So we have a little owner's manual in there. It also has all the instructions right here on the time and how to use the system as well. So the third water pump switch is located right here on the vanity. You can turn that on and that'll turn on your water pump. Another nice feature on the Wonder motorhomes, we have an on-off switch on the shower head, so you can turn the shower on, wash up, turn off the shower head, lather, and then rinse off. So nice little way to conserve water. So the plug in the bathroom here, this is a GFI plug. We talked about that a little earlier. If you happen to blow the system, always check this plug to make sure. You might have to reset it. Nice little feature on the toilet is we have a built-in spray washer for cleaning your toilet. So Willie, underneath the galley on the Murphy bed is an optional surge protector. What does a surge protector actually do?
It protects the coach from bad power. If you are, for example, in a campground,
Yep.
and the power is, and you have power at the pole, and you have no power coming into the coach, more than likely there will be bad power coming in, trying to come in, and it's not allowing it.
So in other words, I check my breaker panels, all my breakers are on, all the fuses are good, I'm plugged into shore power, but I have no power in the motorhome. Then I'd want to check that surge protector.
Right.
It'll show an error code.
It'll have an error code flashing, and it will tell you, and on the right on the surge protector, there is, it tells you what that code means.
Right. So that means it's bad power coming in, it's protecting the unit, no power is going to come in. Beautiful.
So, and sometimes it can even happen when you have an extension cord. You plug to an extension cord and it doesn't like that extension cord. That'll do it too. You know what? You're exactly right. It happened to me at an RV show in Montreal last year. You know, plugged in on an extension cord. I had no power in the motorhome. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Changed the extension cord. Everything worked. Correct. Yeah, that's a very common problem.
Okay. Okay. Also, to close off the cab area from the house area, of course, your curtains go right across on both sides. Give a little privacy when you're at nighttime when you want to go to sleep. Also blocks off any light from coming in from the chassis windows.